Here we go. I did watch the end of the previous VOD where I warned myself that I should explore this town and go to the magic shop and get 3 new spells for my spellcaster characters, so I'm going to try to do that here today. Everyone's been having a good week so far. Forward to the weekend. Already in the weekend, possibly. I was talking yesterday about potentially rescheduling the Beat Sprite stream from Saturday because Smash just came out, but it turns out the Price family can't play Smash anyway because it's under the Christmas tree. Spoilers for Jaden and Monkey Watches. 97 JRPG streams. Or that he'll be surprised when he gets it on Christmas anyway. So the Beat Sprite stream is probably on for tomorrow. I'm going to make as many of them as possible. We're making 4 small ones for Serp, Kaimam, Raker, and Chaos, and then a big one for Yukubo. Got an assignment all weekend. Yikes. Do you think you prefer having ups and downs like that, or would you rather have a more consistent experience? My job at Chase was chill most of the time, but when we had to work hard, we had to work really, really hard. Weekends, long days. I think I prefer that, actually. Yeah, I'm a crunch time guy as well. Yeah, right. Yeah, same here. With my babysitting duties, I've been trying to push my off-stream tasks to once per month. So that means I find the time 1 day per month, usually the first weekend after Patreon bills, to do everything. Update chat badges, prestige rank, subscriber database, timestamp leaderboard. Could maybe find a way to spread that all out over, 30 mornings instead of one really hardcore late evening on a Friday or Saturday night. But I've never been able to work effectively that way. I have to get into like a working zone. Wild Arms? Oh yeah, this is a JRPG. It's really good. Excellent soundtrack, cool combat system, cool franchise in general. It is a Western Japanese RPG. A Western setting. I think that means these are upgrades? Can't really tell. Shit, I didn't realize I was so out of money. I have to go shopping real quick. Right. Is an upgrade. Okay, I can't preview it unless I can afford to equip it. Do I have anything else I can sell? Try to make it happen the best I can. I think we are safe to sell stuff in this game. I hope so. I'm about to be really unhappy. Dream One, there it is. Slow day. Nice. Good luck with the sweater. I really need to get into cross-stitch. Seems like it's a pretty similar discipline to bead spriting. You can do everything pixel by pixel. Seems like it's pretty relaxing too. Bead spriting is a little tense. There's a lot of ways you can screw it up. Ever watched the Game Awards? What happened? Who runs the Game Awards right now? Is this like a particular magazine or something? Probably for Cecilia, I would guess. Guess not. Let me see where his headbands to. There it is. Jeff Cayley runs the game words himself. After Spike Stop. Let's see. Yeah, that Obsidian game looks pretty good. I like that they're capitalizing on Fallout 76 by like calling out in the trailer that they're the original developers of Fallout. The developers of 2 games you actually like. Yeah, my friend Haypax joked with the Persona thing. Now you can finally go beat up a Persona character in Smash. Boy. Although I hear Persona 5 is very good. I really like the magic system in this game. You get to learn them in whatever order you want, and they're usually pretty flavorful by mixing the elements. Prison, water magic, thunder magic, group. I think I want thunder group. And you get to name it whatever you want. Call it Thundaga, what it is. I could spell it right though, it would help. Always really enjoyed the Final Fantasy naming aesthetic. Not much better than 4. Receive counter rate, reflect magic, recover senses, wake from sleep, warp to the dungeon entrance. Be convenient. Oh, I think I can get an item for that. Increase parry rate, overcome anger, avoid an attack, increase magic resist. I think I have the most critical spells here. Take the defense increase, it'd be nice. Text. One more. I think recover senses means revive, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll look it up really quick. Oh, no, that's what it is. Okay. I can stay revive. It's pretty important. Okay, so I don't think I really need any more white magic. Let's get other elemental magics now. That's awesome. 6 gun. Just a few hours by plane, man. The thought of having another country just be a couple hours by plane is pretty nuts. I guess Mexico and Canada, technically. I think Mexico is 2 hours, Canada's like 5 hours. But I guess our states aren't all that different from countries in a lot of cases. In terms of like the local cuisine, the biome that they're in, culture. Street vendor food is French fries and waffles. Man, it sounds like that's Ben's town. Only the best dream chasers will get to the cave. Well, that's me. Yes. Guardians are giant nuke robots built by space aliens? Something like that? Or elves that were friends of the space aliens. Eat something while you wait. 5 hamburgers, please. Regular Jughead Jones over here. Magic casting requires a lot of energy. That's why I'm always hungry after a battle. People need me because of what I symbolize, and I shall do what's asked of me. There's a room that only priests were permitted to see. My father probably wanted me to be a priest because he made me memorize the password to the room. Light the fire at 2, then at 10. Fire at 2, then at 10. And you light fire at 6. Doors will open at 12. Go through the temple with the light. Take this with you. My father left it for me, but I don't need it anymore. Holy metal. Oops. Holy metal. Guardian Servant's Medal. Okay, probably need to use it somewhere in there. Let's go. Salty waffles. I have never had anything but a sweet waffle. I guess I've had chicken and waffles, which they'll usually put something other than sweet stuff. Yeah, sounds amazing. Oh man, I'll have to try it. Salty waffle sounds like a pretty good, like, internet handle too. Some like esports champ. Totally not a rip-off of Ecstasy of Gold. It's a monkey, alright. I'm not be able to do anything here yet. Maybe I need the monkey's favor first. Without the sugar, take some of the wheat flour and smoothie with something more savory. Or like any other waffle and top it off with salty onions. I can see that being good. It's like a pretzel. So let's see if there's another dungeon down here. I think I gotta go in these ruins. I'll have to give it a try sometime. Chicken and waffles are a very different meal depending on what you serve it with. Syrup's pretty standard, but I've had savory sauces with it as well. Guardian shirt. I haven't done hot sauce yet, but that sounds really good. Time comes, show the sign. Alright. Light the fire at 2. Or maybe I have to go downstairs first. Upstairs. Here we go. Good thing I have a Zippo lighter. 2 and then at 10. You light the fire at 6. Doors will open at 12. Okay. Go through the temple with the light. Probably mean holy metal. Sweet. I do really like the puzzle design in this game. Has more in common with Lufia too. I'm trying to think of other top-down RPGs I've played with Lufia-style puzzles. I guess Crosscode kind of does that. They're sort of like top-down Zelda puzzles, but they're often a bit harder. Carrot. Right, there is an auction open. God of War won the vote along with Shadow Hearts Covenant, and it was not in a reserve slot. So if you'd like to bid for !Game01, it's going to run until tomorrow at noon. Yay, we're going to do Shadow Hearts and then God of War. My goal is to use the queue system to make sure we never have two JRPGs on the schedule at the same time. Should be able to do that. Looking at the total SP cost, I gotta do reports for the last couple games to win. We haven't inflated really at all. It's actually going down. The biggest point of inflation was the hiatus last year. Let's see. Oops, I got Jura. It's okay. I remember which door is which here. It's a chicken. Good luck, Yukipo. I've been there. Everything not magic, I'm probably gonna throw on Rudy. Ooh, another Crestcraft. It's a spell slot from Cecilia. Exciting. Oh no. You tell the landlord, Kaimon? Counterattack. Totally necessary exclamation. Confront them yourself or get at least 2 others to sign this complaint form. Send us. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. I don't like complaining to landlords, basically tattling on people, but like, when it's really that disruptive, giant angry man, I wouldn't want to have a confrontation, right? Well, it sucks when you're in a situation where it's like actually really disruptive and it's like in the landlord's interest to fix it. I feel like, as with most things, like, people who complain for no reason make it really hard for people who have a legitimate reason to complain, if that makes sense. I get really nervous whenever I have to demand to talk to a supervisor, or really demand anything at the call center, even if I'm completely justified. Because I remember from working in the call center that people would demand that for no reason. Or even worse, when they were actively in the round. When Andrew was in grad school, we used to live on campus, and there were some undergrads that would like be blasting bass at 3 in the morning, and it was like, you know, I want to be pretty chill. If you want to play some music at 11 o'clock on a Friday, it's fine. I'm not gonna complain. I like actively can't sleep because of it. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other folks in the apartment complex that would be impacted by it, or would be willing to say something? Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I wonder how this actually is supposed to work. Maybe I just lucked out and got the right configuration at the beginning. Yeah. I hear that. I don't either. I don't even know my neighbors' names. She walked in the mirror. It's at least 2 crays. These characters will be played separately from here. Switch characters and play them one by one. Oh, that's cool. It is nice, Yuko. I think I've said that on the stream before, that I don't really talk to my neighbors, but if they like ever needed something, I would help them in an instant. There's a way for me to broadcast that. I am here if you need me. But you don't care about anything that I do. And that's okay. I have a, like, bordering on mental illness aversion to small talk. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's easy to brag and be like, isn't talking about the weather so stupid? Like, I think it's more of a problem for me in life. Not worthy of bragging. But my fight or flight chemicals start going off if I'm in a situation where I have to make small talk. I gotta get out of this as fast as possible. Sword contains the power I've been seeking. Now I can have my revenge. This is absolute power. Bet you it's not. I mean, look at that 3D effects. Difference between small talk anxiety, talking about how you hate small talk in the popular internet way. Right, yeah. They're all going to get tested in this temple. Coward can destroy, but true power is the power of protection. Interesting, we don't know any of those characters. Jack's an interesting character because he actually has a pretty big past. I don't like small talk when it's you and I have nothing to talk about, but we're obligated to talk, because it's more awkward to be quiet. It's like, I'd just rather be quiet. We're in the same room or something. Don't have anything to share. Again, for anxiety reasons, not because I don't think we could possibly have something in common, and often when other people have invaded my lack of willingness to have small talk, that's when I've made good connections. I'm usually not brave enough to go out and make it happen myself. I tend to assume people aren't into the shit that I'm into unless if they show me otherwise very early on in a conversation. It's expected or supposedly awkward to be silent. This weird thing in the US, part of standard interaction is like if I go check out at the grocery store, the attendant will be like, "So you having a good week?" I don't really care. The correct answer is yes. There is no other answer. Yep, well, thanks. Have a nice day. You too. Right. Pretty crazy weather we're having, right? You know what they say. You don't like the weather in insert region, just wait, it'll change. Yeah. Well, I'll participate sometimes because I recognize that it's the script. What's not true of California, 6gun? Oh, no. People say that in California. 100% they say, don't like the weather? Don't worry, just wait. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It is like 68 degrees and comfortable every single day. Dude, people said it all the time in Ohio, and I started to think that it was an Ohioism or even like a Columbusism. But as soon as I heard one person say it in California, like, okay, everybody says this, even though it's bullshit. Because it rained once. Kidding me. Flashing back to the beginning of the game, protecting the monster. What are you fighting for, stranger? Arms, guns, contain a form of energy that is different from that found in humans. It could have originally belonged to the demons. I mean, it could have anything. It does look like a monster in the mirror. Let's go. God, apostrophe yes, exactly. It's a really cool theme for a random puzzle. Shit. Not Adelheid Castle. The princess herself is coming to save the world. May the guardians be with her. The princess is responsible for being a princess. Remember that. No one calls you by your name. The princess is a symbol. Cecilia is not. Do you understand? It's like the crown over here. You requested this dangerous adventure because you wanted to be loved by someone. What you really want is sympathy, you hypocrite. This is the girl Stoldark is chosen. It's the summon monster equivalent. What a weak mind. Gerdajeff? That's a hell of a monster name. Noagalt. Guardian Jeff. Gerdajeff. I am the Earth Guardian, Gerdajeff. Fire Guardian, Noagalt. Fighting the 1,000 years. Okay, so this is the 4 Chinese deities, right? You got your red phoenix, your blue dragon, your white tiger, and there's probably gonna be a black turtle somewhere. Thengalan. Our only hope. Need the teardrop's power to defend poor guy. Well, Cecilia gave it up last session. You hold the key to our existence. No pressure. Mother? Oh man. Summon monster hype. In the teardrop, we shock from the dark spear of Siegfried. What? Must prevent Mother. Teardrop is a source of life. Should not be used for birth of destruction. Yeah, that's fair. Oh man, cool graphics. Damn Guardian scanned this area with his mind. It's the villains. I don't remember any of this. We're basically at the point where Wild Arms is blind. I played it back in '97. I didn't even remember that there were summon monsters in this game. Alhazad? Cool looking guy. Hey, Belzulk. It's probably supposed to be named Berserk. Localize it with L's instead of R's. Someone that stole the teardrop. What are you talking about, you newbie? We, the Quarter Knights, gather for a single purpose. Break the seal which binds our leader, Mother. Guardian seal must be undone. Like a floating ship. Fucking right. Gotta have your evil capital M Mother. Where are we? Gerdajeff said he would lead us. Gerdajeff is a really funny name. Chuzzle 2? I've heard of that before. Hi Andrew, how's it going? Thank you. I don't know what Chuzzle what is. All of a sudden, Cecilia noticed she was holding 3 stone slabs. Right. We have all the guardians now. PopCap puzzle game? Okay. Interesting. Cannot freely save on the world map, but I can always freely load. Wind rune, earth rune, fire rune. So I didn't notice if Stoldark was a turtle or not. Makes sense. Match 3, the twist that you move entire rows vertically or horizontally. Oh, that's cool. I do like match 3 games. I shouldn't have bought stuff in the previous town! I hate when this happens. Okay, not yet. Maybe I'll farm some money. We believe in the philosophy of returning to nature. These shared by outsiders such as the Kirin teachings emphasize the coexistence with nature. Save real quick. Do my base of operations in like 20 minutes. A few boxes might have things I need. Buying stuff too soon is one thing that can go wrong in JRPGs. The other one is getting to a town, visiting the shop before you've looked for all the chests in town. This happens a lot in Dragon Quest, where like there's a chest that has one of the weapons in the local store, and you could spend like 75% of your money on buying it. No intentions of changing the way we live. Peace with nature. So like Native American inspired. Mount Zenom. Mount Zenom is where we worship the Guardian. The mountain guardian who sleeps here holds a piece of an evil soul. I like unique loot. It's interesting because, like, being able to have multiple copies of most equipment is pointless, right? If you have a game that has 3 party members and one wears plate, one wears leather, and one wears cloth, like, there is never any reason to have 2 pieces of the same plate armor, ever. And yet they still stack to like 99 in most games. Starfish. Maybe it seems to launch this. Interesting. I definitely prefer unique instances of any kind of loot versus repeatable loot drops. I think it's more interesting, you get more excited when you find something. Smelting upgrade systems. Disenchanting stresses me out too, because then I feel like I can't safely sell anything. Same piece of equipment have different attributes, you have way too much junk to filter through. Collars of Zephyr, the west wind of hope. Is it the wind caller's altar? Okay. Look at that doggo. Yeah, okay. The more I play video games, I'm becoming more and more disillusioned with gear. One of the only games I really like gear in is Dark Souls. And even then, I think that armor in that game is kind of silly. It has almost no noticeable effect. Weapons are cool because the main difference between any 2 weapons is its animation. But like the raw power level is generally pretty much the same across all similar unupgraded weapons. I don't like the numbers slog of, oh, I've got the +1 sword, and now I've got the +2 sword. The problem is all the enemies just scale to be damaged by the +1 or the +2 sword, so Dark Souls has too much gear. Yeah, I guess Dark Souls gear only works when you realize that, like, armor is fashion. As long as you can wear it without losing your fast roll, pick whatever looks cool on your character, because the stats are basically never relevant. Weapons, though, are interesting games, because like I said, they all have different animations, playstyles. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Dark Souls 1 is also pretty bad about helping you to sort through it. It gets a little bit better in the later games. I'm glad you're not playing Demon Souls, where there's encumbrance. You can only carry so much weight. You get powerful gear. You don't have to grind as much. I guess, to me, the problem of gear is related to the problem of character progression, experience points, and levels in general. It all feels like a system that's just kind of there because it's always been there, and not a lot of devs are looking at it really critically and saying, wait, does this actually make sense? You get the Final Fantasy VIII problem where, yeah, okay, I'm level 12, but all the enemies are level 12, so... Like, the only experience it enables is in a game not like Final Fantasy VIII, a game like any of the other Final Fantasies, you can return to an early level zone and one-shot everything. Great. How often do you actually do that? Haven't got anything that looks good yet. On the other hand, there's something trying to think of the right word for it. You get a pretty big dopamine hit from getting a gear upgrade or a level up, even if it's ultimately pretty silly in the scope of the game. It feels good to feel like you're getting stronger, even if most of the time you're just catching up. Should see if I can. I did get a new spell scroll, but I don't think there's a spell shop in that town. So I'm gonna try to remove this poison. Probably drop Protect for a status removal ability. I did buy a bunch of antidotes for this purpose, though. What's her status effect? I legit don't know what that is. Flash? No. Forgetfulness? I don't think I have a way to know. Is there a guide in this thing, maybe? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna try to rest to make it go away. Yeah. Yeah, I liked where Final Fantasy X was starting. It was... The gear never had... Well, sometimes it had small stat increases, like strength plus 10%. But most of the time it was a choice like counterattack, or first strike, or immune to petrify. Like, very specific effects instead of just numbers most of the time that changed player behavior. But right, a lot of it was trash. I would have been fine if there was exactly one thing that gave you counterattack and exactly one thing that gave you strength plus 10% and so on. Ailid effects. Doesn't look like it. She doesn't look very happy in that picture down there. Oh, it didn't go away when I arrested. I don't know what that is. Weird. Alright, well. Cecilia, Red Cross, status. Oops. Kinda need to know now. Wild Arms, list of status effects. Gear gets better when you make leveling less relevant. Guns and FPSs. I don't do AK plus 1, AK plus 2. It gets this enjoy. One gun is mechanically different from the next. Yeah. That's the Dark Souls system. Oh, okay, this fires faster, but it has more kickback, or... This has penetrating rounds, but it can't shoot as quickly, or the range is bad. I think that sort of gear is great. I'm all the way on board with that. Wild Arms is pretty great. I haven't played it in such a long time that it's effectively blind for me right now. She's still out of commission. Is it zombie, maybe? Oh, I bet it's zombie. Alright, let me go to the item shop back in that town. I need to farm some things out here to get gold so that I can buy the gear upgrades here anyway. I'm playing the PS3 PlayStation Network port of it, so I don't think they changed it at all. As far as I know. I got from this confusion paralysis. I get a decent amount of money just from running around outside. Oh yeah, what'd they change? Or is it a spoiler? Borderlands does an excellent job having weapons that do both mechanical difference and mana differences. It's hard and they do a lot of ease of use to that system. Really? Huh. Sprites and textures all look the same so far, at least as far as I can tell. I thought this was just a flat port of the PS1, PSX game. I think there was an item shop somewhere here in addition to that guy. Right on, that's interesting. Oh, there's a remake for the PS2? Interesting. The only Wild Arms game I've ever played is this one. And it was so long ago that I don't remember anything from it at all. Other than like the first hour or so. This definitely is not a PS2 remake, though. Okay, I'll see what I can explore. I'm probably gonna have to come back to this save point. 7 minutes or so. I guess Borderlands didn't really have a loot spam problem. But that's kind of more of the Diablo loot system, which works fine in that setting. This bullet looks like a clock. Huh. Said the thing about stars. Yeah, no, I'm not playing Alter Code F. This is OG Wild Arms. Right. Being able to tell if something's junk is very important, and being able to decipher that extremely quickly, tell if something's an upgrade or not. I don't like games where you get a piece of loot and you have to spend a couple minutes inspecting it to understand its impacts. Yeah, I'm not playing that one. Sorry. This is just the PSN Virtual Console release of the PS1 game. Fun, ultimately less useful gear. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Especially if you're likely to encounter it during the leveling process. I think it's important to recognize that most games have a early, mid, and late game. It's part of what makes seasons in Diablo so attractive, that you can use some of the flavorful and goofy, but maybe not as optimal legendaries while you're leveling up, because you have no other choice. That's just what happened to drop for you. But they start to fade from relevance in the mid to late game. It's a true remake. It's cool. So check it out sometime. yeah, bad magic cards. A lot of that really just depends on UI design in a lot of cases. You can have things like an optimize button, you can have a quick tooltip that compares items. You can do... I think item quality colors are a really important innovation. I want to say WoW was one of the first games to do that. I think you kind of sort of have it in Diablo 2. But WoW sort of standardized the color order that we use in most games today. It's a lucky card for single combat. I've not played Borderlands on stream. I never beat Borderlands. I played it off stream back when it came out. A couple of my friends didn't beat it. I never played Borderlands 2. I should have targeted differently. I forgot group of enemies meant a mini group. I should have had Jack and Rudy attack the mushroom or the Thundaga goes through. That sounds cool, sorry. Oh, for sure. What is it? Search the City is a really bad magic card that's cool and flavorful. Sucks if you get it as the rare in your pack, but... I played this game 21 years ago now, so I was 9 years old, 10 years old. How old am I? 31. 10 years old. The world map theme, basically Ecstasy of Gold. Exile added a new stat called Non-Ailment Chaos Damage Over Time and Multiplier. What the fuck? Magic trying to parse that as a new player. So that's... if you have an ability that deals chaos damage that's not a debuff, it multiplies that damage? How is a dot not a debuff, though? Just Desserts. 2-mana card, this is deal high damage. Great. Poison does chaos damage. I didn't want it to work on poison. Wow. Yeah. No, I saw there was some patch note or something, or some comment on an upcoming Path of Exile patch from the devs that was so popular that it made it to the front page. And I remember reading it, I'm like, what? Everyone in the comments like, this is so awesome, they're finally doing this, wow, this is insane. It's about time. And I was just reading the text of the change, and it was like a paragraph of blue text, and I couldn't parse it at all. Making sure this guy doesn't sell anti-zombie stuff. Really complicated buff to those, I see. Alright, future me. What you're currently doing, you've gotten to this new town, and there is a cave that is far to the north of this town. You want to try to get up some money to buy things from the shop here, because you haven't bought all the gear yet, and you want to go explore the cave that's far to the north. We'll be back in a little bit. I have to switch some cables over for Ratchet & Clank. See you guys soon.